ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओम जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्रीकृष्णचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थिति अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Some of you please put the record on. Is there anybody doing recording? Jyoti is not there today. Can anybody do the recording? Let us chant from the mantra number 40. Om Shri Bhagavanuvach. पूरा पढ़ो 36 से। मनः कर्ममयं नॄणाम् इन्द्रियैः पञ्चभिर्युतं लोकालोकं प्रयात्यन्यः आत्मा तदनुवर्तते ध्यायन्मनोनुविषयान् दृष्टान्वानुश्रुतानथ उद्यत्सीदत् कर्मतन्त्रं स्मृतिस्तदनुशाम्यते विषयाभिनिवेशेन नात्मानं यत्स्मरेत् पुनः जन्तोर्वै कस्यचित् हेतोः मृत्युरत्यन्तविस्मृतिः जन्मत्वात्मतया पुंसः सर्वभावेन भूरिदा विषयस्वीकृतिं प्राहुः यथा स्वप्नमनोरथः स्वप्नं मनोरथं चेत्थं प्राक्तनं न स्मरत्यसौ तत्र पूर्वमिवात्मानम् अपूर्वं चानुपश्यति इन्द्रियाय न सृष्ट्येदं त्रैविध्यं भाति वस्तुनि बहिरन्तर्भिदा हेतुः जनो सज्जनकृत् यथा नित्यदा हि अङ्गभूतानि भवन्ति न भवन्ति च कालेनालक्ष्यवेगेन सूक्ष्मत्वात् तन्न दृश्यते यथार्चिषां स्रोतसां च फलानां वा वनस्पतेः तथैव सर्वभूतानां वयोवस्थादयाः कृताः सोऽयं दीपोर्चिषां यद्वत् स्रोतसां तदिदं जलं सोऽयं पुमानिति नॄणां मृषा कीर्तिर्मृषायुषां मा स्वस्य कर्मबीजेन जायते सोऽप्ययं पुमान् म्रियते वा मरो भ्रान्त्या यथाग्निर्दारुसंयुतः निषेकगर्भजन्मानि बाल्यकौमारयौवनं वयोमध्यं जरामृत्युः इत्यवस्थास्तनोर्नमा एता मनोरथमयीः यन्यस्योच्चावचास्तनोः गुणसङ्गादुपाधत्ते क्वचित् कश्चित् जहाति च आत्मनः पितृपुत्राभ्याम् अनुमेयौ भवाप्ययौ न भवाप्ययवस्तूनाम् अभिज्ञोद्वयलक्षणः तरोर्बीजविपाकाभ्यां यो विद्वान् जन्म संयमौ तरोर्विलक्षणो दृष्ट्वा एवं द्रष्टा तनोः पृथक् प्रकृतेरेवमात्मानम् अविविच्या बुधः पुमान् तत्त्वेन स्पर्शसम्मूढः संसारं प्रतिपद्यते सत्त्वसङ्गात् ऋषीन् देवान् रजसा सुरमानुषान् तमसा भूततिर्यक्त्वं भ्रामितो याति कर्मभिः स नृत्यतो गायतः पश्यन् यथैवानुकरोति तान् एवं बुद्धिगुणान् पश्यन् अनीहोऽप्यनुकार्यते यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवोऽपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते भ्रमतीव भूः यथा मनोरथधियः विषयानुभवो मृषा स्वप्नदृष्टाश्च दाशारः तथा संसार आत्मनः अर्थे ह्यविद्यमानेऽपि संसृतिर्न निवर्तते ध्यायतो विषयानस्य स्वप्नेनर्थागमो यथा तस्माद् उद्धवमा भुङ्क्ष्व विषयान् असदिन्द्रियैः आत्माग्रहणनिर्वातं पश्य वैकल्पिकं भ्रमं क्षिप्तो वमानितो सद्भिः प्रलब्धो सूयतोऽथवा ताडितः सन्निबद्धो वा वृत्त्या वा परिहापितः विष्टितो मूत्रितो वाग्नैः बहुदैवं प्रकम्पितः श्रेयस्कामः कृच्छ्रगतः आत्मनात्मानमुद्धरेत् उद्धव उवाच यथैव मनुबुद्धेयं वदनो वदतां वरा सुदुस्सहमिमं मन्ये आत्मन्यसदतिक्रमं विदुषाम् अपि विश्वात्मन् प्रकृतिर्हि बलीयसे ऋते त्वद्धर्मविनिरतान् शान्तांस्ते चरणालयान् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री सुखदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चदकर्हिचिद। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः। मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच। Let us salute the Lord, the entire Bhagavatacharya Parampara, and also our Guru Parampara, the Guru Tattva, Sri Krishna Parabrahma Paramatma. Thank you to Viduraji there, Uddhavji here, Parikshitji there, who have asked the questions, because of which the Maitreji, the Bhagavan Krishna and Shukadevji have expounded such a great, beautiful knowledge in detail. Now, the sad paradox for all the jivas is, though this is a redeeming knowledge, though this is a knowledge of emancipation, giver of freedom from all bondages and limitations, giver of the infinite bliss, and yet the saddest thing is, people are not interested in it. People are not knowing the importance of it, nor they are becoming ready fit to receive it. Now, from this, what you have to understand is, it is not the dosha of the Bhagavan or the Gurus or the Shastra. They are always available to guide us and give us liberation to everyone. It is we who are caught up in so many things. Therefore, we are not showing interest here. Just like in the world, the Dharma protects us, the righteousness, and also the life of values protects us, as well as the life of hard work protects us. But it is we who don't enter into that sort of life. Thus, we invoke these failures or miseries or bondages on ourselves. Unless this thought is deeply thought over, we will not come to this understanding that it is me who is the cause for not helping myself. Therefore, it is me who have to help myself. Others are already helping me. What a beautiful knowledge. Little time, if it is put, effort is put, if it is, what do you say, the concentration is done, we will understand all this subject, then it will liberate us. It's always like not wanting to know the road, not wanting to know the traffic rules, not wanting to learn the driving. Yet you want to drive on the vehicle on the road. What's the consequence other than falling or accident? In our life, we are falling or we are creating accident because we don't want to know the vehicle, we don't want to know the road route, we don't want to know the traveling way or the driving of the vehicle. The life is a journey. If it is to be smooth and if it has to take you to a glorious destination, we must know the glory of destination, the path, as well as the way of traveling and the vehicles. Adhyatma Shastra teaches this to us. But we, in our own inadvertence, in our own immaturity, in our own childishness, added with the arrogance, we don't want to take up this. And because we are not able to take up it, then we justify our own life of worldliness and we find faults with this so that we and others should not follow. All these are the mind created, Maya created wheels or obstructions or obstacles or hindrances or hurdles. Every one of us have to guard ourselves from, protect ourselves. And smoothly, we have to be on our journey towards our own destination. Our destination is Bhagavan, and our journey is study of Shastra and doing sadhana. And in that sadhana, we will live sadhana, our hearts are purified. Then we or extend our hours of meditations in which we become more and more introverted and deeper in actualizing what we have studied, the truth which is said in the Shastra. Meditation is to experience what is already experienced and indicated by the gurus in the Shastras. We have to be. It is tough, not easy. Nothing is easy in the world. We have to take it as challenge and put your efforts and move ahead. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana to such highly evolved or wanting to evolve people. In its other skandhas, though gave a lot of stories, entertainments, but in the 11th skandha, because the theme of skandha is mukti and it is tough to be found and it has its own process of knowledge sadhana, therefore Bhagavan, wanting to give that mukti as the theme of 11th skandha, he gave us all this knowledge. Some aspects are impossible to understand, it appear to be at our lowest level now. Some are difficult to understand. Some are understandable but non acceptable immediately because of our preoccupations, preconceived notions. Some of them are yes, but then not easy for us to give up the earlier lifestyle, not to take up this one. All this is there. Each one of them we have to conquer, help ourselves. So this portion, especially from last every chapter for that matter, right from the beginning of the Navayogi Katha, then that Dattatreya Katha coming, every chapter is so sublime, so beautiful. Of late, last 15, 16, 17 chapters, where the Varna Dharma, the Ashrama Dharma, the Siddhis, the Yogas, Karma Bhakti Jnana, which were told, each of them were so complete chapters. In the last 2 3 chapters though about all these prakriti, its influence, prakriti, how many tattvas are in that, how to discriminate and how to get out of that, so great a topic is being taught. Now in this 22nd chapter, Bhagavan is very crystal clearly putting in front of us how you and I get bound, therefore how you and I get have to get liberated, such a knowledge. But then it needs the patient, quiet application of the intellect to listen and understand exactly what is said. Then we have to work out it in our life to experience that mukti. So Bhagavan takes up this topic from this verse number 36 onwards. How exactly You and I are, as a jiva, are bound to dehadi tadatmya and also to this transmigration from one deha to the other. And as long as we are in that deha, how we are becoming karmata, and how we are doing all the parishrama to get little happiness, but knowingly or unknowingly, while doing so, we are doing so many things against Shastra called as adharma and papa, thus we are subjected to the rectification of them through various experiences. So you can see this sloka again, just touching we will do and go to the deep analysis after 5 sloka 6, to which we have done yesterday, till yesterday. First is manaha, where from the genesis of the mana, why the mana is acting like this, karma mayam. Don't ask when did the karma start. Only answer is what? When the self is forgotten, at that very moment the Maya came. From the Maya, the Mana, the Vasanas, they all came. If you reach to the first point, the second, third, fourth are not there. Right now we are under the influence of the Vasanas. You accept. In the absolute self, there is no Vasana. Then when the first sadhana Vasana started, it never started. It never started. It's never there because the self can never get forgotten. That's what we said. The agatita gatana patiyasi maya. Please mute. One of you is not muted. Please check yourself. Some sound is coming continuously. So manaha karmamayan runam. Then indriyayi panchamihi along with indriyas according to the vasanas lokas lokam prayati. Okay. Then anya atma. The self never comes and goes. But owning this mana, karmamaya mana, somebody goes, he is called as jiva. We have to understand it. And jiva, remember, when the upadhis are transcended, jiva, when his essential nature is inquired, surprisingly, he is found not to be there only. You know, it's a very interesting thing. The jiva bhava is because of antakarana upadhi tadatmya along with that indriyas and deha. When these are detached from, jiva doesn't stay. As well as when you inquire about the jiva, you will find it's a surprise that it is not there. Who is there is an Atma. That Atma, as it is not known, from there only the jiva is born. And for him to sustain, he gets identified with the upadhis of the antakarana. Then for eking out through the antakarana, the work, the things, he gets the body and deha. See, one thing is what all of them are in the parampara created. Like anything in the world you want, automatically the things related to that start coming from the same source. So from the Maya it started, forgetfulness of Lord, self, and imagination of being Jiva. From the Maya only, as the Jiva is born, so the Antakarana is born. As the Antakarana is imminent, so to Deha, so to the Prana. All of them appear so real. Interesting. Like in the movie or in the dream, from where the hero or the dreamer born, from the same ignorance Maya, the entire dream world, dream activities, dream experiences are born, and the dream objects are born. So too in the movie, the same shooting, all of them in the screen, what I was in my you see, all of that is born from same sound and light. Same that's light and shadow. वहीं से सब भी जैसा संकल्प उसको पूर्ण करने के लिए दूसरी तरह से वो सारे मैटर भी निर्माण होता रहता है from the same Maya. But when one discovers the self, Maya is not there, Jiva is not there, Upadhis are not there, Samsara is, world is not there, the objects are not there, involvement in the objects also is not there. All of that just in the realization of self, just like that it disappears. Like once you know the secret in the puzzle is solved. When you wake up from the dream is solved. When the misunderstanding is removed, the understanding में all problems get solved. Oh, मैंने सोचा ऐसा था, अब समझ में आया. Don't we say? In the same way. So this is how the transmigration happens to the antakarana upadhyukta jiva, not to the atma. This jiva, anytime he can withdraw from antakarana and discover his self. He becomes liberated. That is you and me now. Not worrying about anybody else. We have to first get out of our jiva bhava and get into our own selfhood. Then dhyayan manonu vishayan. See, the mana doing the sankalpa of the vishyas, which are heard by the ears or seen by the eyes. Then udyat siddhat karma tantram. It goes on manifesting and again unmanifest. Goes manifested in the Jagrata Swapna and unmanifest in the Nidra. Karma Tantram, which way it has to manifest in Swapna and Jagrat, for that the karma, the vasanas are there inside. Then Smriti Tad Anushamyati, as it goes into the next and next one, earlier Smriti goes on for forgotten. This is applicable also to the Mana and Jiva when he leaves one body, enters into other. The forgetfulness of the entire earlier body and all is called a mrityu of that one. Getting identified with the new one is the birth. As we said yesterday, to the jiva, it is only exit and entry, not the birth or death. But because of total forgetfulness of that, it appears to be dead. And because of identification with the new one, it appears to be born. So these two things are said to us in these two mantras of 38, 39. We should break our misunderstanding that the jiva is born or die. This is a big breakthrough, and it cannot be shared with others openly, publicly, because of their non-deservability. If people deserve, they must be given this knowledge first. Added to that, our subsequent lives depends on what we do in this life. Therefore, do best in this life, get best in the next life. Otherwise, the death is not there. That means what? All our ancestors, whoever have died, right from the creation onwards, none of them have died. They only are roaming here and there only in various dehas as jivas according to their own samskar. Your own friends, relatives who died earlier, they might have gone around you only in different deva, but it's kept a secret because you'll have to conduct further. If the past is remembered, there will be a lot of admixture and confusion. That's how Bhagavan made that system of forgetting the past. And that itself shows that it is not worthy to remember. In the present, what's your mind? What's your thing in which you are caught up? What is the wisdom you are gaining? What's the spiritual sadhana you are doing so that you are evolving into the next stage? So remember, therefore, the whole picture is what? To me, the jiva, catering to my own evolution. Catering for my own evolution, the Bhagavan is giving the Deha and putting this Deha in that particular place in the Loka and giving me all the associations in life. Some are permanent or some are long time, some come and go. And each of them, whether long time or short time, are coming and going, all of them are giving the due experiences to me, clearing all whatever the debts I have to clear. Always remember that we are clearing the debts. That's the highest way of not getting entangled in the new doings and new samskaras. Like I am doing this class today. I am clearing the debts, that's it. To you and the Rishi Parampara. Other than any other idea, creates like if I do it for punyam, if I do it for nama and name and name and fame, if I do it for any other thing, that adds to the samskara. That's what is called as the karma samskara formation, which forces me to take that birth to enjoy or experience what these things I expected or I wanted. इसलिए कुछ नहीं, बस clearing duties, clearing debts, ऐसा ही रखना चाहिए हमको. So the entire setup, and that's why even if you push somebody, they'll not go away as long as they have to give us whatever due experiences. Once they are given, even if you hold on that person, jitna bhi, he will not stay, they will go away from your life. Not only the beings, but situations, but the places. More importantly, even this deha. Even this deha won't stay the same. And the mechanism in the deha to grow. Every deha is given again by the Lord to get out of or get into those prarabdha experiences which are gained only in those ages. Like to do all the natkatpana. You can't do it in the old age, though some foolish old people do. For that is done only in the childhood. So you will be in the childhood to get exhausted of all that. Then the avara type of movement you can't do in the childhood or the old age. You can do it only in the young age. Therefore, the young age में ये सब खत्म होते हैं. So to the fulfilling of responsibilities and childhood में what responsibility have? No. So that prarabdha fulfilling responsibilities, clearing lot of debts, that's done in the madhyama avastha. And in all other avasthas, you are active, dynamic, bubbling, enjoying. So you are not at all frustrated or worried or miserable. Then what to do? Give him a whole age. He will do only that. Interesting. We have to be very clear about it. Nothing remains with us. So understand it and don't insist on that. And if you want to go towards the Lord, never ever create new thoughts or bondages, even with the so called people around you. What we have to do, therefore, from so many lives, whatever samskaras we got, they have to be exhausted life by life. Newer need not be given. New things, when you seek, you may get those things and the sukha in that also. But the main point is one, we will always be denied of our own blissful, essential self experience. That is why all this listening, all this sadhana becomes valid only to the person who has heard about the experience of Atma Tattva, the experience of Mukti as a Brahmananda, and it is higher than everything. I want that. To such people only all this Shastra is valid. In fact, they only listen. For them only it becomes meaningful. They only understand and they only become sincere, serious sadhakas. They only do it at every cost and price. It's a human nijam or nature that unless something better is put in front of the presently staying comfort zone, he will not like to leave. Why will I go to some place which is less comfortable than this? It's true, it's natural. It should be like that also. So too, if the spiritual sadhana is not so promising in its result, I'll not pursue. And spiritual sadhana definitely leads to the Ananda Mukta Anubhava. But that's not taught to us, nor we have studied it sufficiently. Therefore, there's no initiative in us to jump out of this into that. So be clear about all these aspects. Main is this one. These 3-4 slokas, what we are studying. Vishayabhiniveshena na atmanam yat smaret punaha jantorvai kasachit hetoho mrutyuho atyanta vismrutihi. That's why yesterday, day before, 3 days, every day we are saying, though a person died, till 12 days, till all the mantrochana are done, and all his bondages with this life and beings are cut, he still is loitering around. After that, that is the real mrityu. That's why after that, these people also slowly start forgetting. What slowly? Kuch kuch to turant ho jata hai. And that jiva also slowly starts forgetting. Then he looks forward for his further journey. And he also, if he has got too much of identification, then he only will delay the further journey. These are all there between two dehas taken up. Okay. Then what is Janma then? If that is a Mrityu, Janma tu Atmataya Pumsaha Sarva Bhavena Vishaya Svikrutim. Vishaya is body, Svikruti is identification. Sarva Bhavena by all means Atmataya as the self. For the Jiva, total identification with a new Deha is called as Janma. That's why even though the child is born, for few months, yeah, he is ants will bite him, he is hungry, etc. But if you can observe him as the 10th, 11th, 12th month comes, he becomes more conscious of the Deha. Though he is conscious right from the beginning, but that initial beginning consciousness about Deha is natural. Ego is not become so strong. A little it's there, it responds. But as he starts recognizing the people, remember, recognizing the people and identifying the body, they grow simultaneously. You can see he starts becoming entered into that body totally and get identified to such an extent that this deha is me. This deha alone is me. All others are other than me. He is become pakka born now. Born only to live as a samsara. And through viveka, vichara, and the discrimination, anytime one can detach. First, theoretically, later on, by exhausting samskaras, practically, one can become drashta and sakshi. Keep this as goal. In next 4 or 5 years time, I'll become drashta and sakshi to my dehadi. Whatever to be done for that, learn from your gurus and do that. And then you'll see once we become drashta and sakshi in its true sense, all the problems, miseries which we face because of identification with deha, we transcend. That's the beautiful experience. In that only all the saints and sages established in, therefore, they witness and visualize their own body's modification just like they look at other bodies. उनकी तरह ये भी है, क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है? बट ये तेरा है मेरा, तेरा मेरा नहीं, मेरे को दिया गया है, मैं काम कर रहा हूँ बस. Just because it's given to me, it is neither me nor I need to suffer when it is going through modification, nor I should claim that they are mine. It is natural. Everybody becomes old, ये भी हो रहा है. Everybody will die, ये भी die. What's the problem? See that much detachment, if you can psychologically or intellectually develop, psychological worries all go away. देखो ज्ञान को पाना है, उस ज्ञान में बैठना है और उस खिड़की से देखना है तमाशा. Gain the knowledge, be seated in that knowledge, and look at the tamasha that's happening, not around you, but about you and within you. Around you, tamasha anyway we are doing. That never troubles us. Because it's a pakka experience to us. Yes, Swamiji, you are right. I am not body, I am not body. And which body? That body, that body. दैट एवरीबडी नोज यार, वो देह में नहीं इसलिए उनका भूख मेरा नहीं है, उनकी बीमारी मेरी नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट दैट. स्वामी 99% आई डिस्कवर्ड आई एम नॉट द बॉडी. सिर्फ 1% है. व्हाट डू यू मीन? आई नो 99 पीपल, आई एम द 100th वन. आई डिस्कवर्ड द 99 दे आर नॉट मी, दिस ओनली वन इज देयर. बस यही है, मैं थोड़ा काम करना है साधने का, बाकी सब हो गया. ऐसा नहीं होता. अबाउट अस, विद इन अस, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग, टू दैट. Aim at that. Try for that. How it looks like if I become the detached from Deha and look at it as a Sakshi. How wonderful! Badhiya rahega. Now, next one we have seen. Slowly listen each thought. Swapnam manoratham cha itham praktanam na smarati asau tatra purvamiva atmanam apurvam chanupashyati. Is it not? The earlier Deha of the earlier Swapna is forgotten in the new Swapna. So too in the Manoratha. In the same way, earlier life I had all the things, they are forgotten. New things are given to me. Therefore, forgetting them, remembering these, he thinks he is born, he never comes to cognize that he is continuous. So Purvam Atmanam Apurvamiva Anupashyati. This is what the main line in the sloka 40. Purvamatmana means the self as a jiva which is continuous in every body is found to be apurvam, is afresh in this body only. So, by vision we cannot remember the earlier births and our continuum in the past births, because that's how the creation is made. But by this logic we can understand. The logic that's given in Gita, I am continuous though the body is changing from childhood till old age. That I is not changing. I-ness is not changing. The I's sukha dukkha are okay depending on the growth of the upadhis and the dehadi tadatmya. But aham aham wala change nahi ho raha. देखो एक तो शुद्ध आत्मा है, वन. इन दैट देयर इज नो अदर थिंग अदर देन इट. देयरफॉर दैट एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ दैट इज डिफरेंट, उसको अलग रखो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट द आई जीवा इन मी इज ऑलवेज देयर. He, depending on the emotions, he is becoming sometimes miserable when the mind is miserable. He is happy when the mind is happy. That's his identification with it. So too something is knowing when he claims I am the knowledgeable. Something is not able to know, therefore he says I am ignorant. That is because we identify with the buddhi, which is not knowing sometimes, not knowing. But whether he is identifying buddhi or with the mana or even with indriya or with the deha, but one fellow is continuously moving, no? He's not saying. That's why we have the bhanam that I was the child, I was the youth, I was a middle-aged person. Now I was old, I am no more old. That will be told to us towards after 5-6 slokas, more prasputa rupa. But these are the things we have to deeply analyze with the help of the Shastra and come to this correct knowledge. Though it appears to be new knowledge, but it is a correct knowledge which we are not exposed to, not told, not tried to know ourselves. पहले तो जन्म लेते मैं कौन हूँ, कहाँ से आया हूँ, क्या करना है, कहाँ जाना है, पहले ये पता करना है कि नहीं. इधर आवारागर्दी थोड़ी है कि निकले बाहर से, या गर्दी तारा हूँ, एक दो आवाज नहीं, घर बार नहीं, जाता हूँ, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. यू कांट बी आवारा है मूविंग. We should know. That's why kastvam koham kuta ayatah kame janani kome datah iti paribhavaya. These are all the things to be thought about. Then only all of them are understood, then you know what to value how much. So here also be clear about it. So tatra puram atmanam apurvamiva anupashyati. Therefore, theoretically Bhagavan told this, ki you are continuous. But practically, continuation of mind before the birth of this will be known to me only through the yoga sthiti. That we said, na, Janma Katatta Sambodha. I quoted you from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. For few lives of the past, you can learn where were you, what were you, even about others also. There are very many yogis, they know it. And there's nothing surprising to say there, मगर जैसा अब है वैसा ही था पहले भी, इससे ज़्यादा वो claim नहीं करते. And there are some subtle secrets not revealed. They lead to every type of chaos and confusions. Let's say if you ask that Mahayogi, my mother, father died, how are they, where are they? They are fine somewhere, you do your work, they will tell. His only Bhagavan Krishna brought his own earlier 6 brothers for his mother. And also Guru Putra he brought. That shows that it is possible. He is Yogeshwara, Mahayogeshwara, Mahayogeshwareshwara. He is everything. He can go to all lokas he could bring. It is his greatness to bring. Point is not that. The point is the jivas are brought. Means what? They are continuous. That you have to understand. So I was there in the past. Okay, and then exact picture will not be told, but we become a little subtler and find your own life, how it is going on. From that, you can assess how we were in the past, tentatively. Like if I am studying Shastras, means what? I might have done this sort of thing in the earlier life. If I'm doing business, that means what? I was continuing that life. If I'm becoming a political leader with all that, suddenly तो नहीं होता ना. So I was doing to some extent that one, it's continuing. In this life, I have more and more of pujari type. So that was my earlier samskara. More and contemplative, that's my samskara. More and more I was involving in the karma yoga in the service of society. So I was like that in the past. And again, remember, what I am doing now, it is molding my future lives. Therefore, we have to be very aware, is this life of mine, which I am making habit, is leading toward the self liberation or going away from that towards the bondage. So, as far as myself is concerned, the study of Shastra, strengthening our conviction regarding the self as the goal and trying to understand the means and little bit practicing, I believe we are on right path. I can't thirst it on others. I am strengthening myself in this. And anything better than if I come across, then I may take it up. But as far as we are studying Shastra, meeting the masters, gurus, unanimously, all of them are prescribing this only as the ultimate path. Therefore, we are in the good path. So, there's no doubt, unless we drastically fall for any personal follies or any reasons, we will continue only this path, life after life. More subtle than this life, next life. More deeper than this life in the next life. More pervasive, more consistent, more Shraddha Yukta will be our approach toward the truth. Again, maybe through same process. I may read the same Mandukya next life. Same Bhagavata Purana, but with different flavor of subtlety, depth. But it will continue like that. I will do same Japa and Dhyanam, but that time it may be more deeper. Because in this life also, day by day, if it is improving, it will improve further. So keep putting your effort to improve it. क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करते जाना अपने साधना का क्वालिटी एंड द इंटेंशन विद इन ब्यूटिफाई करते जाओ तो देन वी आर ऑन द राइट पाथ. And I tell you, no, after little of this detaching from world and all affairs, and also finding that ability to do that japa or upasana, even the understanding of shastra happening, mind it will settle. Okay, we are on the right path. That day when we settle that we are on the right path, I tell you, there's a beautiful day for celebration. It is. अभी हम सिर्फ सेटल नहीं हुए, अभी हम सेटल होने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं through the study. Why? Because again and again we are jumping back into the world very deeply, intensely. Even after settling in the spiritual path, not that we will not go into the world, we will go because some powerful, forceful vasanas, but then we will be very clear that that's not my goal. This is my goal. Therefore, I try to avoid it. Whenever I can't, I may go there, but immediately I jump back to this. Like this, it goes on for some lives. Then only slowly that is totally given up. Then we take up this. And when this is totally taken up, like the Nachiketas and all the Rishi, Muni, great Shishas, the Upanishads, we will just travel without any obstacles. Then in that one life only, we will excel all the Upanishadic themes that are told in our experience. सब पार करते जाएंगे, ना हम देवस्मी, ना हम जीवस्मी, हम all that होता जाता है उसको उस लाइफ में. बट उससे पहले एक एक लाइफ में थोड़ा थोड़ा जर्नी करना है. No, it is such a relieving thing, see. And it also says, therefore, I'm always alone, going towards the alone. All alone. Anybody in between are coming except the Guru. All are coming only to clear their debts or to clear my debts. More than that, nobody is important even if you give importance. Nobody is permanent even if we try to hold on. So simple. As I'm telling, last 10 lives, let us say, किसी एक बंदे का पता है क्या हमारे पास? कितने फंसे होंगे कितने लोगों से? You might have had the attachment, the parent, the children, the wife, the friends, just like in this life. But where are they? ऐसे ही होगा ये सब भी. When we go to the next life, none of this. Therefore, how much to value this? But the Guru, what they teach, that's not prarabdha, that's the purushartha, that's grace of Bhagavan. Therefore, that has to be given importance and taken seriously. All other things, please, one thing you learn from today, B star, B bice, 24, 20, 22. Except spiritual sadhana, don't take anything serious. That is another maya, especially about the past. You can't repair that. That time, anyway, we were somewhat could not manage it. Yet, any had so whatever misery. Presently, remembering all that, what is the use of it? Any essence of wisdom to be learned from it, we learn. And from every experience of the past, only one wisdom is to be learned. What is that? Get it detached. That's it. Don't give any importance to anything. If you give importance, psychologically, फंस जाते हो. Then the mind will not allow you to listen or believe the higher truths. Because the notions are so strong, the preconceived ones, you will not be having the ability to understand the higher and subtler subjects. That's why we always argue with the Guru. Nahi Guru Maharaj, but Guru, but Sir, but Swami. What is butting so much? Because you're not ready to understand him. Why? You have those notions so strongly made. And one of the things I am practicing these days, what is that? Never I'll ask the things or beings or situations to be around us. If they are required for our sadhana, the Lord will send. Let them be welcomed. Ourselves as an ego individuality, personally, if we get into the attachment with anybody, then फिर से हम साधना से दूर होते हैं. If you truly believe in your sadhana and the goal, not even one sankalpa should happen. Even somebody should love me or like me or attach to me, even that is a Mahapapa. Definitely it will be fulfilled, but you will miss your sadhana for some more lives again. That much we have to be pakka. But who will do all this? Only the ones who, through the study of Upanishads, have become thorough about the glory of the Atma Anubhava and Mukti in that and wants that and that alone. इसलिए मुमुक्षुता या जिज्ञासा सबसे पहले इम्पॉर्टेंट. वो दृढ़ हो गया अंदर ना, ये बाकी सारे समझदारियां खुद ही अंदर से आ जाती या बाहर से मिलते रहते. So this portion has this consequence in our understanding. When Bhagavan is telling about what is death, what is birth, then how we imagine that we are afresh now, not knowing that we were continuing from the past. So पूर्वम आत्मानम अपूर्वमिव अपूर्वमिव अनुपश्यति. हो गया. Now next one, how these three avasthas are happening. How all these inside outside differentiations are happening. How the Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Sushti differences are happening. All of them are from the beginning of the identification of the body which is born. पंच महाभूत इकट्ठा होकर जब देह बनता है, like you make a house with all bricks and all, you enter a house, then you say you are inside the house, then when you go out you are outside. When the walls were not made, there is no inside and outside, but the walls made and you are inside, then you say I am inside. So in and out, Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika is the parameters used from the Deha Tadatma Sthiti. So to Jagra Swapna Sushupti also, three Dehas. Stula Deha mein ho, to Jagrat, Sukshma mein to Swapna, Karan mein to Turiya, Sushupti Avastha. They are all, remember, first of all, the Jiva is not real, he is a pseudo. Second is what? Is just entertaining these three dehas with his identification with them. Therefore, he is entering into them and becoming Vishwatayasa Pragna, Jagra Swapna Sushupti Purusha, and through that deha is going on, eking out. ये आदत हो गया. इन जिस दुनिया में ना सब लोग आदत से मजबूर है कि नहीं. Good works or bad works or professional works, criminal works, आदत. The butcher, आदत हो गया. Daily he'll kill 20, 30, 40 animals. He'll not even have sensitivity of that. That is shouting, that is crying, that is looking with all dinata, asking, don't kill, what have I done for you? उसे आदत हो गया उसको. You seen some temples, बलि देने वाले देखते नहीं, वो बकरी को लाया फड़ाक एक झटका बोलते हैं, उसका वो आदत हो गया. Then the smoker, चाय दे दो, बुझता है लगा के. Everybody has got their habits. Habits die hard. They don't die. We die, but they don't. If we understand this point, so too, we have become habitually a jiva. Habitually, jagra sapna sushupti purusha. And that's why, though there are a lot of difficulties in that, still because of the habit, we are feeling it comfortable. That's called abhyasat ramate yatra. अब कल के परसों के 3 दिन के कपड़े भी पहनने वालों को आदत हो गया, इट डजंट फील. बट दोज हु फ्रेशली वेयर ड्रेस, मॉर्निंग अलग इवनिंग अलग, उनको बोलो 3 दिन पहले का पहनने को, नहीं पहनेंगे. आई वांट फ्रेश. एंड द सेम दिस फेलो आस्क हिम टू वेयर एवरीडे मॉर्निंग इवनिंग फ्रेश. ओके रे, क्या है बेकार में धोना, साबुन लगाना, इस्त्री लगाना, बस अबेश एक ही कपड़ा हफ्ते लेके पहनेंगे. इट्स एन आदत, आई एम टेलिंग यू. We make adats and we become comfortable in that. The only biggest obstacle in sadhana is we refuse to come out of those habits. One who cannot come out of the gross habits of the world only, how can he come out of the habit of becoming deha, which is coming from so many lives? किसी भी योनि में जाते सबसे पहली बात वो देह में हूं. कोई गधा हो, बकरी हो, the whole life is conducted only after first identifying with this body. And remember, once the identification of that body happens, only those things which are around that body, that will be done, not forgetting that I am a jiva. So if it is a bakri yoni, first thing we enter into the bakri, we become that goat. Immediately as a goat, the sound will become meh meh meh, and he'll go and graze the grass. वही करेगा और कुछ नहीं करेगा. So too, if you enter the lion and tiger body, immediately that ferociousness, that bouncing, that killing animals, उस देह के लक्षण क्या है, वही एक्चुअली जो लक्षण होते हैं वैसा वाला देह आता है. द मोमेंट यू गेट आइडेंटिफाइड टू दैट देह, देन यू बिहेव लाइक दैट. टू थिंग्स, all of them neither necessary nor real, but we are taking them necessary as real. First to say that they are not necessary, then we can say they are not real, then we can go to what is real. Vedanta talks about this. The world is necessary, world is real. From that, the self is necessary, self is real. This transformation is spirituality. The total personality has to change from this to this. No more we can have any. For that little viveka, vairagya, the impermanence of the things, the binding effect of the things around, all of them called as Pratipaksha Bhavana, which is a fact, will help us in pulling us away from it. They all are adding things. लेकिन किसी बड़े वजनदार चीज़ को उठाना है तो बहुत सारे चीज़ें सपोर्ट में लगाते हैं उसको उठाने के लिए, फिर उठाते हैं उसको. So these all vivekas, all vairagyas, these are the understandings about temporary nature of the world. All of them add to this conviction, added to help to follow this conviction that this is neither necessary nor real. Then we can take up this. So in this shloka, Indriyayana Srushtya, Indriyon ka ayana, the place of stay of the Indriyas and Antakarna called as body, Srushtya, having the after the birth of that, and birth of that is identifying with that, Idam Traividyam Bhati Vastuni. In that pure Atma Vastu, he becoming Jiva, the three types of Dehas come to him and he identifies with them and becomes three types of Jiva with three experience of Jagra Sapna Sushupti. Then Bahirantar Vida, even the difference of inside and outside also because of the Indriyayana called as Deha Tadatmya. Then Jantaha Asat Janakrut Yatha. So, though neither the bodies are real nor they are required, but because of vasanas, because of the creation of the dehas, because of identification with them, then all these three deha, three avastha, three identities, three individualities, दो नहीं है उनका वो सब बनते हैं. No, I'm telling only for example. Don't misunderstand it. You learn the music, then you want to express like musician, so you express. You learn the art or sport. You want to express the art or sport. You become an artist or sports person. You only imagined the reality in that, the beauty in that. It's your imagination. If in the art, sports or anything, there's a beauty or everybody should become that, no? Remember, if nobody is there in that sport मानो sport ही disappear होता है. Nobody is practicing that art मानो art disappear होता है. Therefore, the artist or sports person expressing through the art and sports profession because of my imagination. That's why I said you need to have all those professions. You enjoy them. Example के लिए बता रहे. Like in me, there's no speaker required nor he is real. But it is my imagination that study Shastra, teach Shastra, clear your Runa for the Rishi Muni, then I am becoming speaker. And that's why any day I can stop speaking and you will enjoy it also. I am also thinking in those lines. When the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavat ho jata hai to. The moment I stop, all is gone. The computer is off, internet is off, you are gone, you don't come to see me, Jinda hai ki murda hai Swamiji. Nor I take up the book, nor I speak. देखो मानो तो है कि नहीं, नहीं मानो तो नहीं है. आप मान रहे हो इसलिए डेली बिकमिंग लिसनर्स. अदर्स नॉट मान रहे, नहीं आते हैं. आप ही किसी दिन नहीं मानते हो कि सुनने के लिए नहीं आते हो. हाउ मच इट इज क्लियर दिस सब्जेक्ट. It's all in the imagination, only world is there. That's why world is imaginary. Imaginary means it is image created in the mind, projected outside. That Maya Shakti has that power to manifest the imagination as it imagined in the form of gross, subtle, causal. Gross, we are caught up so much, we are taking that as real. Contrastly, subtle, we are saying aata jata hai. Point is, all the three are imaginations, all the three are unreal. That is the biggest breakthrough we have to get. Even though I'm touching the objects with the hand and getting the sparsh of its hardness or coolness, I'm looking at the forms with the eyes, finding the differentiation of colors and shapes. Yet, the seeing instrument, the seen world, both are illusion. To that conviction, when I come, then I start devaluing them. Then I go inside deeper in the recognition of self. ये सब सत्य है ना, सत्य लग रहा है आपको, आप मान रहे हो सत्य है. In fact, entire Prithvi Loka only was not there some lakhs of years back, according to science, before that Big Bang happened. You understand? It was a part. The entire planets are part of the sun. Something happened from within. They are broken. They are thrown. They got cooled up. They have become this type of planets. The planetary fissions and planetary fusions also happen depending on the centrifugal forces. They come together and attack attack. Okay, ना चिपक भी जा सकते हैं, एक भी हो सकते हैं. Everything is possible in this world. So what is we have to gain is what? I as a jiva through the upadhis coming and going. I am not non-present. Therefore, first accept the continuation of me throughout every body. That helps me in knowing that I am something other than the body. This is the first breakthrough. Then, with the body, because samskaras, so many things I do. Little samskars, when you reduce, then the necessity of doing all this with the Dehindra Manabuddhi gets reduced. This is minimum thing required to be done. After that, then you inquire about, therefore, who exactly am I? In that inquiry, the Upanishad Mahavakyas come to help us. Tat etad na asi, tat tvam asi. Then you will do the I am Atma Brahma, I am Atma Brahma. One day it just clicks Aham Brahmasmi. That's how it is. Now, next one we say Nityadahi Anga Bhutane Bhavanti na Bhavanti cha Kalena Lakshya Sukshmatva tat na Drushyate. It's a beautiful fact which we shared so many times, but is very full if you remember it. Hey Anga, oh my dearest Uddhava, Nityada means continuously every moment. Bhutani means dehas are bhavanti and na bhavanti cha are manifested or destroyed. Not the birth and death in a chunk form. Even this body also, nityada bhavanti, nityada na bhavanti. Every moment it is keeping on changing. How is it happening? Who is doing it? Kalena, by the time. Alaksha vegena, that kala which cannot be traced or recognized silently by being within every vastu jatam, jata vastu, he is there inside and doing that job of continuously destroying the past and creating the new one. Kalena alaksha vegena. But sukshmatvat, that kala, the kala's prabhava, because of which continuous changes are happening. Being so sukshma, we are not able to recognize as that when it is happening. Right now, when I sat for the class 40 minutes back, and now after 40 minutes, the kala in the universe and in me functioning has brought death to so many things and has brought birth to so many things. Every moment the things are changing. Every moment, moment. Now you have to become very subtle to understand it, have courage to understand it. But because काम चलता है, इसलिए we consider everything as the same. And that's how we get disillusioned. That person is not behaving same. कि स्वामी मेरा बच्चा 5 साल पहले मेरे बात सुनता था, अब नहीं सुन रहा है. अरे कोई बंदा हमेशा बेवकूफ थोड़ी होता है यार, वो बदलता है. He has improved. He understood what to say is meaningless. We are not able to accept it because it changed. देह बदल रहा है, मन बदल रहा है, इंद्रियां बदल रहे हैं. कितने दिन के बाद हो? कितने दिन नहीं मेरे प्यारे, एक एक सेकंड बदल रहा है. याद रखना, जो गाना एक था हिंदी, हर घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी. घड़ी नहीं बदल रही है, घड़ी चली रही है, हम बदल रहे हैं. You understand that? The time is not changing, it is going on linearly moving. Affected by the time, we are forcefully changing. One thing you accept, time can never be stopped, nor the changes which are ought to happen in the time can be stopped. Only thing is you have to accept them. Another this one, when you become a yogi, go inside yourself and transcend the mana, then you are in the kala atita sthiti. Then you can command the time. Such a yogis go with the past, go into the future, understand everything. They can even stagnate all their physiological functions and have the longevity of the body. ये सब, बट उसका फायदा फिर अल्टीमेटली कुछ नहीं है. फायदा अल्टीमेटली तो ओनली knowing the absolute truth reality. But in the yoga sthiti, one can conquer even time. He is beyond that. For any Atma Jnani, he is not in the purview of the time. Dopadis may be, but he knows I am Sakshi of Kala. Kala is Jadavastu. In my presence, for the sake of Jagat, I only have expressed as Kala. Kalosmi Lokakshayakrut Pravruttaha. ये देश और काल का concept समझ लो ना, बहुत सारा knowledge जाता है हमको. Always remember about the Desha, Kala, Akasha. These are the things which will reveal so many subtle understandings to us. So alaksha vegena kalena is happening, but sukshmatvat, because it's happening very silently, na pashyati. And what is that? Bhavanti na bhavanti. Bhavanti is newly born, na bhavanti is dead. And always, as our Gurudev defines, as it was said in the earlier sloka also, exactly almost similar, but little difference. Ki, the prior absence is called death, then the absence of the prior presence is called death, then the presence of the posterior absence is called as birth. And there's no death, it's only a change. That's how some of the concepts which we are unnecessarily using in the Vyavahara have to be dropped to enter into spirituality. As science says, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, only can be transferred from one to the other. Such a beautiful fact it is. That's talking about Paramatma only. So too, there's no death to anything. It's only changing the forms in this world. Death is impossible. What is there is Sat everywhere. Sat never becomes Asat. Sat can be imagined as this or that, but cannot be perishing. Anyway, that's different topic. Here you see, Nityadahi Anga Bhutani Bhavanti Na Bhavanti Cha. समझ में है ना? It's not that we have become 80, 90 old that we are dying. From the time we are born, we are already started dying. When you have become 3 years age, 2 years, 364 age, that's dead and gone only. It is never revertible also. As I said, because of particular reasons, rules of the universe, that we are not remembering of past, therefore we imagine we will not be in the future. That is causing the fear to us. Now it is said we are having the past also, we'll have the future also. If you hold on to this, the present we are ready to allow the things to happen as they have to happen, including even death. Because I'm not dying, I'm going to a new setup. From the age of 50, start doing this thinking as much as possible. I am going into new setup. Don't call it as death. There's no death possible in this world. I am going to new arena, new thing. You know, when you get transferred into new company, new place, everything is new. Office is new. Number of floor is new. Total chamber is new. The kursi, table, stationery, the people around. सब कुछ नया है भाई. तो मर गए थे क्या? If you say leaving the body is death, then from going from bathroom to the bedroom to dining room, you should call it as death only then, every day. So accept everything as death. Because you are not the same in every place. So you are traveling in the car. So you jumped out of car and went into the flight. So you are dead because you are no more traveling in the car. तो बोलो ना, अब मैं कार में चलने वाला मर गया, अभी मैं फ्लाइट में जाने वाला जन्म लिया. And then when you get down from the flight somewhere and people at home call you, how are you, where are you? ऐसे आप भी मर गया था मैं फ्लाइट में चलने वाला, अब फिर से जन्म ले रहा हूँ, फिर से टैक्सी में बैठ रहा हूँ. Talk in that. देखो, that's a fact. You are dead as a car traveler and born as a flight traveler. Absolutely, you can't behave as you are behaving in the car in the flight. It's different. In the same way, from this body car, when it becomes bekar, you go into another car. It's a fact. And need not be worried about also what would be like the children. वो इतना relaxed है बंदा, दूसरा टेंशन में करके. Both of them attended the exam and came. वो तो worried है, tense है, दूसरा तो worried है ही नहीं. उसको पूछो क्यों वरी हो रहा है? यार मैंने आंसर किया कुछ चीज़ों का, कुछ डाउट है मेरे को, ठीक किया कि नहीं? डाउट आ रहा है मेरे को, आएगा कि कुछ नहीं। बट हाउ कम यू आर सो रिलैक्स्ड? दैट फेलो आस्क्ड दिस वन। भाई इसने रिलैक्स बेटा, मैं एक आंसर भी नहीं लिखा। काहे का टेंशन? I am the destiny decider of my own future because I know I've not answered anything. In the same way, what nonsense, stupid life living we are, we know. Then how it would be in the next life? We are so obvious. What is there's nothing new. ऐसे ही रहेगा वो. जैसा कल था आज है, जैसा आज इस जन्म में अगला जन्म ऐसे ही हुआ. Same attachment, same frustration, same arrogance, same type of the cynical personality, same non-sensitive sensitivity, non-sensitive sensitivity, same ego, same type of imagination that I am a hero. जो भी नाटक कर रहे हो ना, चलता वही है. Change it. Then that will, now we can say, Pakka we are attending classes, we are studying Shastra, that will continue, provided you will it very strong. Then along with that, whatever prarabdha has to go on, it will go on. तो इस तरह से हमको ना ये विषय एक तो देहादि से तादात्म्य से छुटाएगा छुड़ाएगा. दूसरा अकॉर्डिंगली फ्रॉम द संसार दुख एज वेल एज बॉन्डेज इट विल फ्री. Third, it will make us very responsible because we are responsible of our future. Four, it makes a pavement. It gives a beginning to think that I am something other than Deha. Then I am Jiva. Then the next step comes. You are not even a Jiva subjected to travel from one Deha to the other. You are the eternal self. And to reach to that self, the compulsions which were they are making as me to be a jiva, they have to be exhausted. There are only two things. One is vasana, second is avidya. Vasana goes away with karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga. Avidya goes away with vidya or atmagnya. When we are pakka in that understanding and start doing. Is it not? Like imagine Gurudev when he was in the freedom fighting. He was busy in that. Once he went to the Tapan Maharaj or before Shivananda Maharaj, in first few days only understood what is he indicating as goal, what is he indicating as the path, and what is in me, what I have to do. He was so pakka, he did it and he got it. Earlier life both he has worked out, that's how he could do it. But for everybody it is so. For everybody, the last life will be there for sadhana. For Mahatmas, it is like that now. Long lives back, they were also like that. Like us, except the Avatara Purusha and Karaka Purusha, everyone have the same type of movement. Today we are like this. Maybe after 100 lives, that would be our final life. Where in that life also, only finally we just get into the meditation, know the truth. Why even 100? 5 ही मानो, 10 ही मानो, 2 मानो मैक्सिमम, 2 या 3, ये तो खत्म हो गया. अगले वाला पूरा खाली कर दो. Pray to God. In the next life, maximum भगवान इस और अगले जिंदगी में पूरा हिसाब किताब खत्म. Do whatever you want for it. Then after that, nothing other than being in the self. This is how we do sankalpa, it helps us. Now you see, yatarchisham srotasam cha phalanam va vanaspatehe tathaiva sarvabhutanam vayovastadayah krutaah. देखो, this is a fact revealed. Not that they are not known to us or new, but we have not valued them so that they help us. These aspects पहली बार नहीं सुन रहे, हम सुन चुके हैं, बट उसको हमने मानत इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दिया. I'll just touch it and leave it to you. What is that? Yatha, just like Archisham, the flames, Srotasam, the flowing rivers, Phalanam, of the fruits, Vanaspate, of the tree. What is happening to all these three? Is the fire, when the Indhana is added, blazes. After some time, it's quenched. So too the Srotasam, when the heavy rains are there, a river is up to brim full. When the rain stops, summer ho jata hai, you can see dried up. So too the fruits, yes, become bigger, पक जाते हैं तो टूट कर गिर जाते हैं. So they have a beginning, they are growing, they are ending. In the same way, tatha eva, in the same way, sarva bhutanam, for all the beings, vayaha avastha adayah kritaha. The entire their bodies also, in this way they are made in time. They grow to a maximum peak, slowly they come down and they disappear. Nothing new. So 3 examples. पेड़ उसमें फल, कच्चा होता है, धीरे धीरे बढ़ता है, पक जाता है, गिर जाता है. Rivers, when it rains, full water. Before rain, empty. Water came, rain came, filled, slowly dried up. Fire, when the fuel is there, blazes. Slowly started, caught up the fuel added, and becomes maximum. As the fuel is over, goes away. Fuel for our life is the vasanas. In that life, whatever the vasanas are there to exhaust them, from the birth till death, we go on growing. After a peak level of the trough crest, slowly we come down and finish. So अव्यक्त से व्यक्त हुए, व्यक्त से अव्यक्त हुए. And by all your struggles and non-acceptances, we can't change it. We will not struggle, we will not worry, just accept. Is it that only human body is changing or your own body changing? That the rule should be changed? नहीं है. That's why राजा महाराजा सम्राट कवि गायक सब लोग सबको जाना पड़ा ना. एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल. प्यारे तेरे बोल रह जाएगा. Is a true fact it is. But it's not only a song for an entertainment. It's a song of life to relieve us from all pains and miseries which we go through because of some inevitabilities we want to avoid them. नहीं होता. Now, how much relieving if we entertain this 20-30 times? देखो पहली बार अच्छी बात सुनते हैं ना, वो उसमें हेजिटेशन डर होता है. 10-20 बार थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनो, समझ में आने लगता है. और 10-20 बार एंटरटेन करो, अच्छा लगने लगता है. और 20-30 बार उसको एंटरटेन करो, प्रैक्टिस होता है आपसे. व्हेन यू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग यू विल सी दैट यू हैव ट्रांसेंडेड ऑल द अर्लियर प्रॉब्लम. नेवर एवर बी रेडी tired or worried about, afraid about, frightened about leaving anything or being including देह. क्योंकि बाय बीइंग वरीड एटसेट्रा यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू अवॉइड इट. होने वाला जो होता है होने, जो होने का होएगा ही. दिस द मीनिंग ऑफ जो होना है होएगा. बट every time you read the sentence without logic, now the logic explanation is given. What is the things that are told here? The jiva is vasanas, the kala prabhava, deha utpatti, changes in the deha, slowly the deha disappears and we jump into another deha ityadi. So, but the point is what? Soyam deeporchisham yadvata srotasam tadidam jalam soyam pumanitin runam mrushagirthir mrushayusham. But the thing is funny what? Though the flame is continuously changing, but we call it as same. Though the waters are continuously changing, but we call it the same river. In the same way, though all the equipments are changing, along with that, the identifying jiva also is changing, but still we say it is the same. Actually, if you see, Mrusha Ghihi, Mrusha Adihi, Mrusha Ayusham. The human being who are just wasting their life, just by the way added sentence, their words and their convictions are wrong, that they are the same. Now, this is a new thought. In this new thought, what was said was earlier, ki jiva continues, upadhis are changing. Now he says, jiva cannot be without the upadhi, the adatmya, therefore jiva also is changing. It's only an illusion that you are changeless. Then where from the illusion is coming that I am changeless? It is from the borrowed from Paramatma. Therefore, Paramatma alone is changeless, same entity all the time. Ajati samatam gata. Even the jiva also cannot exist without upadhi, and he is holding on to upadhi. Upadhis are changing, therefore he is also changing. That's why neither expect yourself to be like this after 10 years, nor expect others to be same. एवरी डे आजकल लोग बदल रहे हैं. लोग मीन यहाँ देहादि नहीं, देहादियों का डिस्कशन हो गया ऑलरेडी. इवन द जीवा हु इज इन द देह, because as the equipment change and my identity with them, when it happens, then I also change. You know, when I travel on scooter, I'm different. When I am traveling in the car, I am different. The one who was traveling in the car and traveling in the scooter are same. That was the earlier explanation to bring me out of the car scooter vehicle. But even the one who was traveling car and scooter are not the same. Because in the scooter you wear the helmet. In the car you put a belt. That's different. You can't put a helmet in the car and where's my belt on the scooter. Are you understanding? Therefore, even Jiva also is ought to change, Baba. Then who is changeless? Only Paramatma. And all the struggle is to achieve changeless infinitude. That changeless infinite is already I am. You are caught up in the changeful, identified with them, involving in them, indulging in them. पकड़ के रखे हो. That's the big, beautiful example of that Vivekananda ji or that Ramakrishna. Somebody. That fellow says, भगवान ये जगत छूटता ही नहीं मुझे मेरे से, या मेरे को छोड़ता ही नहीं है, मैं आपके पास आकर साधना करना चाहता हूँ. Then he went, he did not answer. Just he held on to a tree and root. Shouted in the like Bengali में, छोड़ो छोड़ो छोड़ो, Johnny na Johnny Johnny, whatever papa. These fellows said, people say Bhagavan is pagal. I am pratyaksha roop se I am seeing now. Then he says, what a pagal, how can you be my guru? You are holding on the tree and you say tree chodo chodo. You understand? That's how the Bhagavan convert. This fellow understood it. अरे बाबा जगत पकड़ता नहीं यार, तुम पकड़े हो, तुम छोड़ो तो छूटता हो. Nothing in the world can hold you. You are a immaculate, pure self. None of them can dare near you to even touch you. That's what you are self. But if you allow it, it will corrupt you. You are allowing. Your allowance is the problem. You are allowing yourself to be called as Jiva or as Deha. Your wrong choice. अब right choice करो. That's why nobody helps me in life. You कुछ भी करो, एक final thought बता रहे. Even Bhagwan, Guru, nobody can help us. Why? Because nobody troubled us. I only troubled myself. Therefore, I have to help myself. What is the thing? Wrong choice, right choice में आ जाना. Then all their help will help me to come out of it quickly, correctly, without problem. So what is the conclusion? We being the self play the role of Jiva, enter into Deha, go through all experiences and get bound. Through all these analysis, Bhagavan Krishna is conveying this. Uddhava, when you go to Badrinath, contemplate this way. First get out of the world, then get out of Deha Dadatma, then get out of Jiva Bhava, then get into I am self. That's the topic. Okay, some beautiful shlokas are there. We'll take tomorrow, maybe in 1 or 2 days. This chapter will be done. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. See, this habit of rasasvadana through senses, makes us feel that there is no rasasvadana in Adhyatmikata. But I tell you, if that saltiness of the mouth, of the worldliness when we drop, the nectarine joy of understanding spiritual things, we start enjoying. If the knowledge itself is so beautiful, when we practice and experience it, how nectarine would be it? That thinking should inspire us. It's in our own choice. It is heavy not because it is heavy. It's heavy because we are out of this track. We have gone in the wrong direction sometime. तो थोड़ा रेगुलर करो, आदत हो जाता. आदत होने के बाद आपको उसका रसास्वाद आता है ना. द रस आस्वादन ऑफ द शास्त्र श्रवणम. बट दैट्स नॉट द गोल. Goal is ananda rasaswadana atmaswarupa only. Satyam param dhimahi. But this rasaswadana should take us to next step. Keep on saying to myself, theory I will become pakka in, practice I must start, experience I must get. Either you do it as necessary or compulsion or choice or challenge or option, कुछ भी यूज करो वर्ड, बट एम एट दैट. देखो दुनिया में किसी भी कारण से जाओगे फंसोगे. परमात्मा को पास किसी भी कारण से जाओगे मुक्त हो जाओगे. Take it as challenge, do. Take it as ambition, do. Keep it as a goal, go. Because you are inspired, move that. Because Guru said, go. कुछ भी वजह से अच्छा काम करो, अच्छा फल होता है उसका. अब बुरा काम किसी भी कारण से करो, उसका बुरा होगा. By any means you do spirituality, you are helped. That's what they say. नाम भगवान का कैसे भी ले लो मदद करेगा. दुनिया का नाम कैसे भी ले लो फंसाएगा, क्योंकि it will create राग द्वेषा, it will create devotion. Help yourself. Thanks. Please stay back for our Valmiki Ramayana. Today हम खत्म करेंगे, complete हमारा युद्ध कांड. It's a big one, but we'll try to complete. Okay. Thanks.